Hi, I'm Rue. As a therapist, I believe people deserve a space where they can finally breathe. They can step back and understand what's really happening beneath the surface. My approach is both compassionate and direct. I show up fully, I'm fair, and I walk with you through the hard stuff without judgment. With individual therapy, I try to weave together many different modalities. I use EMDR for trauma. I use cognitive behavioral therapy for practical tools. You're probably used to that one. That's probably the one that shows up most when you see therapy played out on like TV or something. And I also use something called IFS. It's internal family systems, which is parts work. And that's just helping you to explore the different parts of yourself. A lot of my clients really struggle with self-worth. They might have old schemas, and schemas are kind of like the roots of what we think, right? They come from usually from childhood played out in different relationships that you might have. They come from attachment wounds, and they kind of play out in their decisions and communication for you, right? So picture someone who's always go, 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 right? They're burying themselves in work or caretaking, but never pausing to feel the weight of their own trauma. Therapy is where we finally let that part exhale and begin to heal. When I work with couples, I always start off by saying, I do not take sides. So if you're looking for someone that's doing that, that's not what I'm here for. The relationship itself is my client. I use research-backed methods like the Gottman Method. I also use emotionally focused therapy and internal family systems, parts work. That means I'm just listening to what you fight about. I'm also paying attention to how you repair, how you connect, how your past patterns might be shaping your present, how past relationships and even childhood stressors have created you to be the person that reacts the way you do now. We'll do assessments together so you know where your strengths are and where your growth edges are. And, a couple might feel stuck, they might be stuck in a cycle of criticism or defensiveness. But when we slow it down, we discover it's really about one partner needing reassurance and the other might need space. And then we name it together, we witness it together in a new space, in a new way. Changes everything. One of the biggest truths I see is that relational stress isn't just about the other person. It's about the meaning we attach to their behavior. So if your partner doesn't text you back, is your story, oh, they don't care about me? Or is it, maybe they're overwhelmed today? That difference in interpretation can change the entire tone of your relationship. And it's not easy to change that, right? We get stuck. Our neural pathways are deep and entrenched. And so that's where I come in, right? Self-worth is also the lens that changes everything. When you strengthen it, your boundaries get clearer, your life opens up. I want you to know it's not always going to be deep with me. I like to use sass, I like to use humor, and I think levity and depth should go hand in hand. Sometimes we'll laugh at the wild ways our brain might try to protect us, right? And sometimes I'll call you out with a smile when you're running from your own truth. And sometimes we'll celebrate the tiniest wins with little gold medals, because therapy can be hard, but it can also be energizing, surprising, and even fun. I have actually been on the end of really amazing therapy, as a client. So I really want that for my clients. My hope is that you'll walk away from our time together not only with more clarity and strength, but also with the feeling that you're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to enjoy your life, and you get to write your own story. And all I think about every day is mental health. And I do that because I love the work I'm doing. And I think that it's really important that you find a therapist that you connect with and that loves the work they're doing. Because then you become someone that is deeper and loving to yourself. And if we can celebrate that together, that is a life worth living. I hope you join me.